Hey, a pleasant good day, everyone. This is Sports Fanatic News. I'm Joe Boric, and I just enjoyed talking about the post game of some of these hockey games. So I figured I would do a couple videos on other games I tend to watch throughout the day, other than just the Flyers. This is going to be a quick 3 to 4 minute video on the Bruins and Hurricanes game. Of course, I picked the Hurricane win in this series. I still think they have a chance to rebound and win game four. I believe this is literally just going to be a back and forth series. I was surprised they went with Mrazek today, who did play a very solid game. But like they said on the post game, and I agree with them, they should switch back to Reimer just because he was a comfortability. He won game two. I know Brindy said he's going to go back and forth, but I think now you want to go with some stability, go back to Reimer. And if he wins that next game, I would go with him for the next game. So it's not just continuously back and forth. Stick with the hot hand and who wins. I understand what they're trying to do, but I think at this point, they should just stick with one guy and whoever gets hot. But today was not Mrazek's fault by any stretch of the imagination. I mean, the guy came in and had a very good game. I know they said he made, I believe it was on the telecast, they said he made 25 um, even strength saves, and then he made total 36 saves. So yeah. So he's a guy that's looked continuously good. Yari Halak, other than that blunder to Nino Niederreiter, looked very good. And I mean, that just goes to show that the Bruins had his back. So they just played a great game today. They attacked all day. They just looked better than the Hurricane. Because even when Halak did that, the Hurricanes, that's something you think they would gain pressure or gain momentum from and be able to supply more pressure. Excuse me. They weren't able to do so. But please, if you like what you're listening to, like, comment, subscribe, hit the bell below. But this was a game where the Bruins just came out, and after the Hurricanes were able to have a good first and there was no scoring, they just came out and were able to supply themselves and get going in the second. Charlie Coyle had that goal that he delayed and waited and then had a nice. Oh, no, sorry, that was Sean Corral. He delayed and waited and had a nice second goal. And the second goal, when he shot it to the left of Mrazek over his glove. And then Coyle had the great baseball goal where he just slapped it out of the air like a home run and hit it into the net. Niederreiter had almost a baseball play as well, making the snag catch and then putting it down to score. So there's two baseball-esque plays in this game. And then Marchand, of course, sealed it with an empty net goal. If I had to pick my stars of today's game, it's obviously one's going to be Charlie Coyle for setting the tone. He also looked very good in the face-off circle for the Bruins. He's a guy that's a playoff style player. And another is David Krejci. David Krejci has continued to look great for the Bruins. Had a great chip pass to seal the deal, but has just looked very good on his skates. Has looked good passing the puck. He's kind of looked like the David Krejci of old in this series, and that's obviously going to spell big success for the Bruins. Now, before I close this out, I obviously have to point out that Svechnikov went out and went down for the Hurricane. Hopefully he's able to come back. We've seen injuries where guys skate off like that and then are only out a couple games. Hopefully that's the case with him, or not a game at all, because he's a huge player on their team, obviously, and they need him big time because Andrei Svechnikov, if he's out for an extended period of time, is going to make this really tough. But at the same time, we know how teams rally around when guys are out. They're going to have someone step up. Brindy knows what he's doing. And I just think this team's going to come out like bats out of hell next game. You knew they were mad at some of the calls this game by the refs. You knew they were just not pleased overall by their performance. You could tell from watching it on TV that the Hurricanes are just going to come out firing and come out stronger, I think, next game, because they were pretty pissed off, it looked like, by this performance. But this has just been a quick reaction video to the Carolina Hurricanes and Boston Bruins. Again, the stars of the game, I would throw Corrali in there too. He looked good, had that great goal where he waited patiently and scored. So Sean Corrali, David Krejci, and then, of course, Charlie Coyle, who, again, is a good playoff type player, and this might be a time where he just keeps progressing and getting better and starts to make even more of a name for himself in the league rather than just being a solid bottom six guy that can play on the top six when needed. Maybe he'll make a name for himself to be that guy that can be consistent in the bottom six and definitely play on the top six when needed. I've always liked the guy as a player. And I think he's just continuing to show the tenacity and tenacious game he has, and that's what they want there out in Boston. So he works out very well for them. But have a great, safe, and pleasant day, everybody. For Sports Fanatic News, I'm Joe Boric. Please like, comment, and subscribe. Peace out, everybody.